Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. Your attacker is Steven. Welcome back to the channel. This is your first time here. Please hit the subscribe button, get the bell notification on, and welcome back to the city of Rivière-des-Montagnes, where there is an imminent disaster coming. If you missed last episode, this series is taking a temporary pause due to an issue with something in the city, a bug, a glitch. I can't figure out why it's happening. So please go ahead and watch the last episode if you want to catch up on why we're stopping the series. But the channel is not stopping. The channel will not stop for a very, very long time, hopefully ever. And I am currently on the path of building a new map. And our next destination, which is an Ontario-themed map set on the shores of Lake Ontario. And after further revision, I know that yesterday I said this whole week we're going to do disasters on the city. But actually Friday's episode, we are going to do the map preview. So look out for Friday when we get the map preview. That's very exciting. So over the next 3 days, so today's episode, which is Tuesday, and then tomorrow's Wednesday, and Thursdays, we are going to do 3 natural disasters in the city. So today, we have 3 on tap, and there is an incredible storm coming into Rivière-des-Montagnes. People don't know it yet, but the meteorological news has really predicted a crazy storm coming. It's a gorgeous day right now, but you never know what can happen, especially in today's world, right? So there's a couple things. I want to do really quickly before we do this, and that is to go over the Disasters DLC with you all, because maybe not all of you have it. It is not exactly the most required DLC if you want to start. Oh yeah, if you are wondering why this is happening, please go watch last episode. There is a bug where the game is refusing to communicate with each other, and I cannot figure it out for the life of me. I do not have time to figure it out right now. I've tried my hardest to fix it before this week's episodes, but alas, I need to produce episodes for you all. And in order to do that, I need to make sure. Oh, and I also need to make sure that I hit 5 episodes a week in order to stay in the good graces of YouTube. So in order to do that, I need to make this new map really quickly, and I haven't had the time because my life is extremely busy right now. A lot of stuff going on in my personal life, which I won't get into, but it's definitely exciting. Anyways, let's go over the Disasters DLC stuff, because again, it is not exactly a required DLC to play this game. It is probably the DLC that I would suggest you skip the most if you're looking into the DLCs, because it's more, it's not exactly required to have this stuff in a city, especially if you're just playing a casual game like this, which I like playing to relax after, say, a long work day. You don't want this stuff necessarily. However, if you get the DLC, you can turn on natural disasters, which I think we can do if we go into options. I guess it's in gameplay, which are some things I've turned off for gameplay of recording. Dynamic weather, use random disasters. You can turn up the frequency of random disasters as well. I will not disable fire spreading, but I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna leave it on right now because I just want it to glitch out. But I disable fire spreading because if you've seen, for example, Biffa's series on YouTube, holy cow, fires can just really slow down your game. And the way we do Let's Plays on this channel is it's slower paced. It's pretty much just literally me playing, pausing, editing the video, and then resuming exactly where we left off. Sometimes I do a bit of detailing and stuff in between, but that doesn't always happen, right? So it's a bit slower gameplay. So having the fire spreading off really helps with the visuals of recording. Anyways, so you can do that, and now theoretically it could start snowing. I also have this mod, which is called Ultimate Eye Candy, which helps me adjust the light, which is really important in the winter city. If I reset it to default, this is what it looks like, which is pretty nice. But also, when I load in the game every single time, it's about here on the contrast. So resetting it to default is good, but it's a bit too dark, so I like to bring it up a bit. So I go to 8.7 and then 4.7. I think it's a good time of day. It's bright enough to build. I know that the snow itself is really bright. However, you can also turn on weather here. And this is how it started snowing in the cities. But I realized after seeing a few comments that the snow was really visually distracting while watching. So anyways, turn that off about halfway through the series. But let's get into the meat and bones of the episode. This is the Disasters DLC stuff. This is what comes with it. You get the Disaster Response Unit, which when you build it, it has its own helipad. This is a bit awkward because we're on a hill here. But these go out, and after a disaster, say there's destroyed buildings, these helicopters go and save the people, but it also allows you to rebuild the building. So that's a really important building to have in your city if you have this, if you have the Disasters DLC and Disasters turned on. If you don't, it's still a really cool building. It's kind of like a government building. Perhaps you can use it thematically in a city, regardless of whether or not you're using disasters in your city. This is probably not the best place for it. This would probably be a building that I would probably put, say, over here or something like that. Especially because this was supposed to be our airport when we got to it. Anyways, there's also bunkers. So the small emergency shelters, which you can put in, which I always thought were a bit unrealistic. But perhaps not, right? Depends on your view on things. There's also this large one. Like, look how crazy that is. Oh, cool. I didn't even realize the road went right through it. That's awesome. You could definitely use these thematically outside of being emergency shelters. I've seen people... I'm going to give away a really good secret that I was planning on using, but it's more important than everyone knows these things. If you can kind of pull... Here, let's just use... move it here. Just gonna move this one away. Nice. You can also do this, which is pretty cool. There's not a lot of traffic that goes through it, especially if you're not actually using Disasters DLC. But if you take a metro and you build it right to there, say, and you move it here, you have that node. Oop. Oh no, I connected it. Oops. Let's just delete that. Thank you. Let's messing up here on a tutorial video. We'll just build that like that. So theoretically, if you do this, and you pull it through, thank you, and then we'll just say get to this height. Let's also delete this road because it's not how you would use it. It looks like it's a metro station, like not a metro station, like a metro storage area, maybe. Let's maybe say, you know. So let's just grab here. Let's just go nodes. So we pull back a bit farther. So especially if you hide it like that, it looks like maybe that's where the metro goes when it's trying to when it's being stored, right? Ooh, that doesn't look good. So I mean, just readjust it again. I can probably go down a bit more, but anyways, you get the point. It looks like that it could be used in that sense. So cool asset, not a necessary asset at all. So what happens when a disaster is inbound is so it imports things from the city, and you create disaster routes, which I forget how to do because, again, not something you do that often. Let's go with draw. Yeah, there you go. So we'll just do this really quickly. So this is like a pre-plan that the city has gone through, and this is when a disaster comes, all the cars will filter through here that way. So then they'll all filter in, and look at this, it doesn't have enough goods because it's struggling to get food. But that is part of the glitch, I'm assuming. And then you can also delete the route, but when things go awry, you click evacuate citizens, and then the citizens will all start running in. So you see these school buses going out, they'll go collect the people. You can also use this button as well, which is something that I do have turned on. Just move this one away. So release all citizens from their shelters. So let's just see this really quickly. This bus did not release anyone. But then you can just click release all citizens. Anyways, that's useful, right? Really fun to do if you're doing a disaster build like this. Perhaps we'll do that in another city, but not the next one. I actually would like to do that in another city. So look out for this in the future. Alright, so there's also radio towers, which are fantastic assets to use, say, at airports, up on mountains. They're really cool assets, especially because they don't require road access as well. So very cool looking things. You can add them in to pretty much any location, and they make things look nice. They also have a radius of effect. If you go like here, so you see this is green, so this is how quick citizens will be able to recover from the disaster or get notified of the disaster. So for example, putting a radio tower like out, let's do something a bit different, up on the hill would be really useful. You see that totally in different cities, but there's also this larger one as well, and this one's really, really cool. They do require power, so you have to watch out for that. But the way this one works is it has wires that come down, which are really cool. Now I do really enjoy getting a road up here, like a rural road, like an access road. But yeah, they look fantastic if you're trying to build a realistic city, because if you look around on cities do have this, especially cell towers nowadays, which I guess in a way you could also make, oh, where did it go? I guess I left it over here. These don't have to be radio towers, they can be cell towers in your city, right? Alright, so those are the radio towers, so they notify of, allows emergency broadcasts to reach your citizens. The better radio coverage in the city, the more likely citizens are to come to shelters when called. Terrain can also hinder radio signals. That's interesting. Earthquake sensors. These are interesting little assets. They also require power. I do have a mod on that allows you to not have to use power lines. They're cool little assets. One trick that I learned from Imperial Jedi's episodes in the 5 Builders 1 City collaboration series is that you can use these to jump power, because they do have a power requirement. I think I'll be able to still see it. Yeah, so say these didn't connect and I really wanted it to connect, what I could do, like pretend that we could have just drawn, like, this is a new city and we need to connect power to these two sections. If you place this right about here in the middle, it jumps power. They do cost a bit of money, but really not that much to do. So if you really don't want power lines, like these giant power lines connecting these two areas, it works. Also, these tsunami boys, I'm not sure, but I think it might work in the same way. No, it doesn't. But they're also really useful to use, and it warns of any incoming tsunamis as well. So they don't cost that much either. So if you have a city on the ocean, for example, we could put a couple along here and it could detect if a tsunami was incoming. We also have the weather radar, so it warns of tornadoes and other weather related disasters. So I love using these in airport builds, but it's a really cool asset. I just think it looks fantastic, and you can place them pretty much anywhere. There's lots of uses in these assets. It does require water apparently. And then we also get to the deep space radar, which detects meteors. Now I've seen some people use these as a part of a observatory build, which is really useful. So these assets are really cool to have, but as a DLC, not a requirement, I would say, when it comes to the other DLCs. I say, while building on a winter theme map, which I know a lot of people don't like, but I love the winter theme maps personally. So let me know in the comments what your favorite DLC is, and which one do you think is a pass. Yeah, I really like the assets that come with this. Anyway, so that's all of them. Let's dive into the rest of it. So I'm gonna leave everything I built just for now because I don't really feel like deleting them. And let's hop into our first disaster and what that's gonna look like. So I'm going to kind of do this live. I'm not going to do any cinematics for it or anything like that, because I want to witness it with you guys. I don't want to have to sit back in awe while I'm on mute or anything like that. So let's call in the disasters. So I've grouped them into, there's 9 disasters: tornado, earthquake, sinkhole, thunderstorm, forest fire, collapse, fire, tsunami, and meteor. And I've picked out the top 3 disasters in my opinion, and I've separated them all for each different day that we're doing this on. So today's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, and Thursday's episode. So in today's episode, we are going to look at the tornado strike, collapse, and the thunderstorm. So since it's starting to snow in the city, let's call in the thunderstorm. And let's see what happens. Now, I don't know if I can... Oh, I can adjust the strength over here. Let's call in a 10 of everything. So, let's say the thunderstorm's rolling in. Theoretically, this is north. So, the thunderstorm will be rolling in from the south. And let's strike City Hall. No. We'll save City Hall for something else. Let's strike the... Oh, would it be sacrilegious to do that on the church? Okay, we'll try to pass that. We're going to do collapse into the downtown. So why don't we say the town of Saint Jean is about to get hit by the thunderstorm. So I clicked it, flashed. It has a cooldown effect, so you can't call in too many. But I will go into cinematic mode, and we will watch the thunderstorm roll in, and we will see what happens. Thunderstorm's coming in. Oh, a snow thunderstorm. That's terrifying. Whoa. Very cool. Now, so these can come in randomly if you turn on random disasters frequency. So, I think a lightning strike just happened. Maybe not. Oh, I think a fire just started over here. This might not be a citywide thing. Oh, look at this. The power grid went out. Oh, there's little fires everywhere. From the lightning strikes, I guess. Oh my god, that's so epic. Oh. It'd be so terrifying living in these houses. Oh my god. Oh no, the park. Oh my gosh. Why is the boat still out on the water? You definitely don't want to be out on water when a thunderstorm's rolling through. Oh, and this is a severe thunderstorm too. Oh, the lightning strikes in the mountain. Oh my goodness. And it's snowing too, so the snow can't even put out the fires. The bathrooms are on fire! And these kids are still playing hockey. What absolute beauties. Don't give a darn about what's going on. Playing 2v2 in the thunderstorm. They're living the dream, you know? Cheering for the green team, both of them. So clearly not Habs fans, so perhaps the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League team is green colored. Oh, look at this fire. Oh no. This is not good. People are just driving through the fires. My goodness. Oh, look at this. The forest industry's collapsed. Oh my gosh. Well, I think it ended. And my game is slowing down. My frames are dropping. Probably because of all the fires. Which makes sense. So, note to self, Steven, when we do the other fires, don't do a 10 severity on them. Because, yeah, it's really slowing my frames down over here. So, holy cow, that's funny. Alright, well, the thunderstorm struck over this way and left just an absolute disaster. So why don't we look over here and we'll do something a bit smaller and we'll work on the next disaster. Alright, so meanwhile all the roads are covered in snow now too, which is a really cool aspect of this Snowfall DLC, but we're not getting into that right now. Alright, so we'll go to emergency services. Oh no, sorry, it's in here. And the next one we're going to do is collapse. So there's no severity meter on this one. So let's see, where would there be collapse in the buildings? I say right here because this is a bit of a slope, so perhaps there was an error in one of these buildings. And oh, that was immediate. Oh no, I missed it. Okay, we'll do another one. Oh yeah, so it turns into a collapsed building. So the emergency services need to come over here to help fix that. But let's do this again. Ooh, wrong one. Oh no, I'm over here. Jeez. Okay. Collapse. We'll do right here, and then I'll click this button. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was pretty scary. It's immediate too. You know, it's a really cool aspect, but it'd be really epic. Perhaps when they make the second version of this game, City Skylines 2, if that's ever going to come out or anything like that, or an update, is if collapsed buildings can fall onto other buildings. That'd be really, really intense. All right, so let's do the next one, which is tornado. And yeah, we're doing a 10 strength tornado. So where would the tornado go? We've already destroyed Saint Jean. Oh my gosh. This is so bad. All right, this is the only town we have left. Right in the roundabout. And I will just let this come in, and same thing, will probably give me a notification when it's about to come, so I'll see you in a second. And we're back. My game froze because of probably because of all the fire that was going on. And just before it crashed or anything like that, I wanted to just back out. Anyway, so the tornado, we're gonna hit the tornado. I'm pretty sure I cut right as soon as we placed the tornado, so we're just gonna do that again. Sorry about that, my game froze. Probably due to the fact that there was so many other disaster stuff going on. Anyway, so let's put this back up to 10 and we'll do it again. And we will let that come in. We'll put it to 3 speed. And we will see what happens here. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh my gosh. That tornado is massive. Tornadoes are no joke. Oh my god, the cars fly up into it. That's such an interesting little aspect to it. Oh my gosh, do they crash? Holy cow. This is insane. Holy moly. I did not think the tornado was going to be this big. Tornadoes are no joke, folks. If you're in an area where tornadoes hit, I know you understand. Tornadoes in Quebec are not unheard of. They do occasionally happen, but not this size, from what I understand. A tornado did hit Ottawa-Gatineau a few years ago. That was a really scary time. I live in Ottawa. It flattened a small town in the West End. And it's flattening this town. Holy cow. This is, like, it's really scary that this actually happens, but this is a really interesting touch that they added. Oh my god, it literally just removes everything. The train station doesn't even exist anymore. The courthouse is gone. Cars are flying into the the train station. It's just deleting everything. The church is gone too. Oh, apologize. Holy moly. Well, you know, this DLC is definitely not something that you need to have, but you kind of need to have this. This is pretty epic. There's just cars in the snow. This guy took his Ferrari out in the winter and had no idea that there was going to be a winter tornado. Oh my goodness, I hope everyone survived. Look at this bus. It's just like, nope. Just gonna stop here. Wait for the floating tornado. Holy cow. It is just stripping the trees. Now it's climbing up the hill. It's so strong that it's climbing up the hill. Well, folks, after the flattening of Saint-Amboise, I'm pretty sure this whole thing is now technically, yeah, so I just called it another one, I think. Maybe not. You need to fix these up, and I'm pretty sure you can use, I don't have it because I had to reload my save. Pretty sure you can use this to help. So if they'll send out rescue copters and stuff like that to help with this kind of thing. I think you probably just have to delete these when it's in this state. Yeah, well, folks, that was absolutely crazy. Thank you very much for watching the destruction of Rivière-des-Montagnes, and look out for the next one where we're gonna do 3 more disasters, and we have 6 left to do. So tomorrow's episode is gonna be a bit shorter, but still very, very exciting because, like I said, there's about 3 or 4 really epic ones. The tornado was really epic. That's why I saved it for this episode, but there's going to be an epic one tomorrow, and you don't want to miss out on the destruction of Rivière-des-Montagnes. So, have a great day, everyone, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace out.